Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Noribel Ordono, but you can call me Nori. Today I will be leading you through a Hatha sequence as part of my yoga teacher training at Yoga Vision Center. To begin, today you will need at least one block and a blanket to cushion the knees if you need. Let's begin in an easy seated position. Eyes are closed. Palms together at the center of the chest. Inhaling here. We will begin by synchronizing the breath by inhaling, holding for a moment, and exhale. One more time, inhaling, pause, and exhale. Inhale to Om. Place your hands face down on your knees for groundedness, or index fingers touch for wisdom, Gyan Mudra. Or you can place your palms face up to receive from the universe. Close the eyes and begin square breath. Inhale here for 4 seconds. Hold the breath, pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4. Pause with the breath out of the lungs, 2, 3, 4. And repeat, inhaling for 4 and continuing on this pattern. Inhaling for 4, holding the breath for 4, exhaling for 4 seconds, and finally suspending the breath out of the lungs for another 4 seconds. 4 by 4, square breath. The theme for this class is the Root Chakra. This is the very first chakra located at the base of the spine. The color is red. This is our Primal Energy Centre, our survival instinct, our connection to the material world. Continue on with square breath, 4 by 4. When our root chakra is out of balance, we can experience insecurity, aggression, and even have trouble concentrating. Square or box breath will help to regain your focus and to help you ground back into your body. Inhaling for 4, pausing at the top for 4. Exhale 4 seconds and suspending the breath for 4. Adding on now, try to bring the focus to the base of the spine where the root chakra is located. You can bring your focus here by breathing into that area. Now you can't literally breathe into the base of your spine. By just imagining your breath going there, you are able to focus your mind to that body part. Focus, concentration, and groundedness. Connect back to the earth and to the material realm. Inhaling for 4, holding the breath for 4. Exhale and suspend for 4. Take one last inhale, pause, and exhale. Let's begin our practice. Uncross the legs and give them a little shake. From here, you can begin tapping on your body, starting from the base of your feet towards your shins, your thighs, lower back, abdomen, your chest. Give yourself a pat on the back, arms, even your hands, fingers, lightly tap on your face. And finally, gently massage your scalp. Doing this is another way to reconnect to your body by simply touching that part. Now, when you're done, come back to stillness and bring the bottoms of your feet to touch for butterfly. Grab your toes and begin to flap your knees up and down. Now play with the variations here. You can either bring your knees as high as you can, go as low as you can, maybe do it fast, maybe do it slower. Do whatever calls to you today. Loosening the hips. This is where we tend to hold our emotions. That's why hip openers are great for emotional release. Continuing on, breathe. And now try changing the movement. If you're going slow, maybe go faster. If you're staying low to the ground, maybe come up higher. Change whatever movement you were doing before. And have fun. Coming to stillness, transition onto your back by either placing your hands behind you for support and lowering yourself down, or place your hands behind your knees and simply roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest and roll from side to side, massaging the spine. Coming to stillness, place your hands on your knees and begin to open your legs like a book, making circles with your knees, hip circles. Again, another hip opener to target the root chakra area. Releasing, exploring. Do this in one direction. Try to make the circles as big as comfortably possible for you. I like to keep my feet flexed in this position to protect my knees, but that's optional. You can relax the feet if you'd like, if that is more comfortable to you. Coming to stillness, back to center, and now move in the opposite direction. Same exercise, making circles with your knees to open up the hips. Remembering to breathe, inhaling and exhaling. Coming to stillness in the center, plant your feet on the ground and interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. Now kick your leg all the way up towards the sky. With your feet pointed straight up, foot is flexed. From here, make circles with your ankle, going in one direction. Do this nice and slow, really articulating the movement. Come to stillness and rotate your ankle in the opposite direction. Nice, big, slow circles like you're painting with your toe. Coming back to center, flex the foot and point the foot. Flex, then point, flex, and point. One more time, flexing the foot and then pointing the foot. Coming back to a flexed foot, we're gonna add on here. Next time you point your foot, you're gonna bend at the knee coming into a 90-degree angle. Your thigh stays in the same position. Flex the foot and bring your leg all the way back up. Pointing the toes, bending at the knee, flexing and coming back up. One more time, flex the foot, bring it down. I meant point the foot. Now you flex the foot, bring it all the way up, and bring your foot back down onto the mat. Moving on to the other side, interlacing your fingers behind your left thigh, and bring your leg up towards the sky. Foot is flexed like it's walking on the ceiling. And from here, begin rotating your ankle, articulating the movement, going nice and slow to warm up your joints. Move in the opposite direction. Same exercise, just rotating your ankles. Now coming to stillness, flex your foot and then point your foot. Flex and point, flex and point. We are working on ankle mobility here since we're gonna need lots of stabilization today. To be stable and to be grounded. Adding on, pointing the foot, bend at the knee, thigh stays where it is. Flexing the foot, coming right back up towards the ceiling. Point, bend the knee, flex the foot, kick it all the way up. One more time, point the foot, bend the knee, flex, and come straight up one more time. Release the fingers and release the leg back down. We now will be coming onto our hands and knees. Simply roll over to your right side. Use your left hand to push up and coming into tabletop. And from here, make sure that your hands are stacked over your elbows, your knees below your hips, fingers spread wide apart. Stay active in the front part of your body, so don't collapse. Push. Push up, shoulders back. Crown of the head points straight forward. And from here, begin cat and cow. Belly drops, gaze forward. Inhale. Exhaling to cat, rounding the spine, chin to navel. Really exaggerate these movements. Bringing in flexibility and mobility to the sweet, sweet spine. Inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. Close the eyes and keep going on your own pace with your own breath. Remember to activate your navel, your core. 2 more rounds. Inhaling. Exhale. 1 more. And then coming back to neutral tabletop. From here in neutral tabletop, we're going to be doing a simple hand stretch. So taking your hands and rotating your palms so that your fingers are pointed towards you. For a deeper stretch, you can lean backwards. Or if you want to alleviate a little bit of that stretch, you can come a little bit more forward. Now we're not going to be here for a long time, but this is one of my personal favorites, especially if you write a lot. If you use your hands often, you're probably really tight here. Okay, and coming back to center, Bring your arms back. Fingers point towards the top of your mat. From here, we're gonna sit back into rock pose. Bringing your legs together. Toes are gonna be tucked under and simply sit back onto your ankles. And for here, we're doing this as a sort of ankle stretch. So sitting back onto your ankles. If this is a little too much, you don't have to put complete pressure on. You can raise yourself up a little bit to lessen the stretch. If you want a deeper stretch, just go ahead, sit right onto your heels. Now, if that is painful, I do have a way to distract. We're gonna be rolling our wrists. Roll it the other way. Get your hands warmed up. And then taking your palm facing outward, your other hand is gonna press on your fingertips. Breathe. Switch sides. And release. Come back into a easy seated position. And here we're gonna begin side stretches. Reaching your arms up, back down. Left hand is planted, right arm comes all the way over for a side stretch. And we're gonna do this moving from side to side. A small flow to begin to warm up the side bodies. And while you do this exercise, feel free to pause on one side and breathe into your side body. Coming back up and pausing here to really feel that stretch. Do 2 more on each side. Last ones. I'm coming onto my elbows for a deeper stretch, but you could always stay onto your fingertips if that is more comfortable to you. Coming back to center. Our warm-ups are now complete. We will be moving onto the sequence now. Come back into tabletop. Tuck the toes under and lift up into downward dog. Now, as our first downward dog of the day, feel free to walk out your dog. Move your hips from side to side, or do whatever movement calls to you. Personally, I like to come up to my toes and then roll my body forward into high plank. From here, I push back into downward dog and continue on until I feel like I have adequately warmed up my hamstrings and my core. Continue to walk out your dog for a few more seconds. Now coming to stillness, bring your toes all the way up. Exhaling your heels back down towards the ground. And from here we flow. Come up onto your tippy toes, bend the knees, and walk your feet towards your hands, coming to a forward fold. Hang out here, as this is your first forward fold of the day. You can either grab onto opposite elbows and hang. And remember to bend the knees to protect the lower back in this position. And breathe here. Sway from side to side. like a pendulum, or forward and backward. Shake your head yes, shake your head no, and just release into this posture. Releasing the hands back down onto the ground. Bend the knees, halfway lift. Squeeze your shoulders towards your back. Your torso will be parallel to the ground. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Arms up, straight up. A little bit of a back bend. Come back forward and hands to heart center. One more time, arms sweep up. Hands to heart center. And stand in mountain pose. Here, ground all four corners of your feet, starting with the back of your heel, right corner, left corner, your big toe, your pinky toe, your hands spread wide apart by your sides. This is a simple pose, but it is an active pose. From here, feel your strength and feel your groundedness towards the earth. Come back to you. And just breathe here. Feel supported and stand like there is a string coming from the ground through your body, up your spine, out through the crown of your head, almost like you're a marionette or a puppet held together, held upward by a string. Think of this string as your connection to the earth and your connection to the divine. Inhale here, sweep your arms up, back bend, hands to heart center. One more time, inhaling, arms up, and then swan dive, back down, forward fold. From here, plant your hands on the ground and walk your feet out into downward dog. Big toes touch, lift your right leg into three-legged dog. We are going to be opening up the hip, so bring your heel towards your butt, your bottom, your buttocks. And make sure you do not collapse through your shoulders. Now from here, bringing your knee towards your right elbow or tricep and hold. Bring it back up, three-legged dog, knee to elbow, back up, and one more time, knee to elbow, back up into three-legged dog, and then step your feet in between your hands. Drop your left knee down and we're gonna come into low lunge. If you need a blanket to cushion your knees, please feel free to do so. Now in this low lunge, you can also use some blocks underneath your shoulders for some extra support. Now here, check your knee alignment and try not to dump your entire weight into your hips. Lift up with your chest as to not overstretch your hip flexors. And when you are ready, raise your arms up into a slight back bend. Hold here. Plant your hands back onto the ground. Tuck your toes, lift your knee, and kick back into downward dog. Rest here for a moment. Big toes touch. Left leg stretches all the way up for three-legged dog. Your heel will come towards your sitting area to open up your hips. Keep your shoulders squared off to the mat. And finally, bring your left knee towards your left elbow and hold. Kicking it back up. Knee to elbow. One more time. Up to elbow. Kicking it back. And then forward in between your hands for low lunge. Rest your right knee down and come into that low lunge. Using blocks if you need, on whatever height works best for you to feel that stretch, and so that it's not too much sensation for you. Yoga is about progression, not perfection. Placing your hands on your knees to lift the chest, and finally lifting your arms for a slight back bend. Exhale, come back down, plant your palms, lift the knee, and kick back into downward dog. From here, lower your knees down into a wide stance and take a break in child's pose. Breathing here, reconnecting to your breath, reconnecting to the ground, and reconnecting to you. If you need, you can also place a block underneath your forehead if it's not quite reaching yet. Maybe not today, but one day. Taking one more breath here. Exhale. And on our inhale, we'll meet back into downward dog. From here, big toes touch, right leg reaches up for three-legged dog. Once again, we're gonna bring our foot, kick it in between our hands, but this time we're gonna stay up on this back knee for runner's lunge. Again, you can use blocks here underneath your shoulders for extra support. You can stay here or flow. Coming all the way up, hands reach up, and then we're going to exhale, arms sweep beside us. Inhaling, lift. Exhale, sweep the arms. We're going to be working on balance here. Inhaling up, exhale down, palms to the ground, kick back into downward dog. Move your props. Big toes touch, left leg lifts up, and kick it in between your hands. Right knee stays lifted, either blocks underneath the shoulders or begin to flow. Lifting up with your chest and your arms. Exhaling, coming right back down, sweeping your arms beside you. Inhaling up, exhaling down. One more time, inhale up, lift the chest, lift your gaze, and exhale, sweep the arms beside you. Lift and place your hands back onto the mat. Kick back into downward dog. And then take a child's pose. Inhaling and meeting back into downward dog. Now move any props out of the way. Lift your heels, bend the knees, and walk your feet towards your hands. From here, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Back bend, hands to heart center. Breathe. Reconnect to your breath. Keep your eyes closed and ground the four corners of your feet on your mat, just like in mountain's pose. Now don't think about this too much. Shift your weight into your left foot. Right heel begin to lift. From here, open your knee 90 degrees. Now from here, you can either place your foot on your ankle, on your shin, avoiding the knee if you want to come a little bit higher into tree. Either placing your hands on your hips to heart center, or reach all the way up to grow your tree. And breathe here. This is why we did those ankle warm-ups for our balancing. Really root down into the ground, allowing for growth, allowing for expansion. We need the roots first. Now for balancing, it helps to look at a spot on the floor. If you look at anything that's moving, such as yourself in the mirror, that always gives me issues. Holding here. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, stay. Inhale, bring your knee towards your chest. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And finally, lower your knee back down. Here I like to twist my ankles, jump around a little bit because my foot burns after some balancing. All right, moving on to the next side. All the weight shifted to your right leg. Left leg opens. Placing your foot either on your ankle, your shin, or your upper thigh, avoiding the knee. You can keep your hands on your hips, hands to heart center, or grow your tree, fingers spread wide apart like branches to challenge your balance. And breathing here. Remembering our roots, remembering our connection to the earth, knowing that we are here, we are secure, we are safe, and we are taken care of. Find our roots, grip our roots, and grow. 5 more breaths. Two more. Last one, inhale. Exhale, stay. Inhale, bring your knee to the front. Hands to heart center. And exhale your leg back down and give yourself a little shake. Good job, guys. Now from here, come take a wide stance, much larger than hip distance. And we're gonna fold over here. Now, if it is more comfortable, take a block in front of you for the extra support. And then relax into this posture. Breathing here. We're gonna add on Inhaling, halfway lift. Back is straight. Extend. Exhale, fold. 2 more times, inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and release. 1 more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then from here, grab onto your elbows and bend the knees to protect your lower back. And release and breathe here. Placing your palms back down on the ground. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer, but still a wider stance than hip distance. Point your toes towards the edges of your mat. And from here, we're gonna squat down into Malasana. Feel free to tuck a block underneath you to sit on. If it's a little too deep for today, and we're just gonna hold here. You can place the block at any height that you like, whatever is comfortable for you. Now in the squat, hands are at heart center, and we are using our elbows to push our knees open. Continue to hold and breathe. Placing your hands on the ground, push back up into a forward fold. Heel toe your feet together. Halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Hands to heart center and breathe. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, swan dive, back down, forward fold. Plant your hands on the ground, kick back into downward dog. Lower your knees down into tabletop. And we're gonna sit right into staff pose, which is your legs extended right in front of you. And then from here, we're gonna extend our arms, our spine, crown of the head up, and then hinge at the hips, folding over our legs. From here, either grab onto your knees, your shins, ankles, your toes, feet, whatever you can touch, and just hold here. Now, adding on, inhaling, we're gonna straighten our spine, and exhale, we're gonna release. Inhaling up, extending, exhale to fold. 1 more time, inhale up, and exhale, fold. And stay here. Try to release anywhere you might be holding tension. It could be the thighs, your shoulders, your hips. Try to tell yourself to relax. 2 more breaths. Inhaling. Exhale, come back up slowly using your hands as levers, bringing yourself back up to a tall, straight spine. Transitioning to bridge. Place your hands behind you or behind your knees to roll back onto your back. Feet is planted on the ground. Bring your heels close towards your buttocks. Hands will be by your sides, palms face down. Inhale here. Exhale, lift up into bridge.
Try to tuck your shoulders underneath and lift with your glutes to protect the lower back. Squeezing the thighs together so they're not sprayed out or they're not coming in too close. Find that balance. Exhaling, coming back down. And continue on, lifting up, hold, and exhaling down. And keep doing this at your own pace. Making sure you pause at the top and slowly lower yourself as you come down. Do this 2 more times. Inhaling up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, pause. Exhale, lower. Bring your feet mat distance apart and just windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Coming to stillness, cactus the arms or bring them to a wide T position. Bringing your knees towards your chest and then dropping the knees towards the right side for a twist. Either your head can look in the opposite direction or straight up if there are any sensitivities in the neck. And just breathe in this gentle twist. Two more breaths. Inhaling. And on your exhale, bring your knees back to center using your core strength. Inhale here. And exhale, bring your knees towards the opposite side. Head looks straight forward or turn your head in the opposite direction of your knees to deepen the twist. And breathe. Two more breaths. Inhaling. And exhale. Bring your knees back to center. Feet planted on the floor. Mat width apart and windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Coming to stillness. If you have a block, tuck your block underneath your sacrum, which is this lower part of your back before your bottom. And do this by coming into bridge and then tucking the block underneath that area. This should be very comfy. And then from here, bring your knees towards the chest and then kick your legs straight up for waterfall. Now your feet don't have to be activated here. They don't need to be flexed. They don't need to be together. What matters here is that you are relaxed. An inversion, well, a gentle inversion, like this one here, is a great way to end off your practice. To relax, release any more tension. And just breathe here, enjoying the time that you have for stillness, the space that you created to relax, to grow, to root down. Two more breaths. Inhaling, exhale, stay, and then slowly, one leg at a time, bring your knees towards your chest, and then plant your feet back down onto the ground. Lift up, remove the block, and spread out onto your mat for a final deep relaxation. Do what you need to do here to get comfortable. Make any final adjustments, and then release and let go. You deserve this from what you put in to this world. We're all so busy all the time, and we're always connected. Because of the internet, our phones. So take this time for yourself to really be free. Be free from your responsibilities. Be free from expectations. And just release and be you. Give yourself permission to say what you need, to express who you are. Just be. And it starts at the root chakra. The root chakra is all about material. So this could be financial, it could be our shelter, clothing, food. The first part of the hierarchy of needs. And today we worked on that by strengthening our roots, reconnecting back to earth, feeling our stability, our foundation. And by breathing. Coming back into the body, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Rotate your ankles and your wrists. Go in the opposite direction. Long stretch of the body. Toes touch. Stretch. And then roll onto your right side. Stay here for a moment and thank the earth for all its support. Thank the earth for the life that it's given you, the environment that you live in. Say thank you for its unconditional love and support. Thank you. Pushing up into a comfortable seated position. Hands pressed together at the center of your chest.
from here, your forehead will bow towards your index finger and your middle finger, and it will rest on your forehead. You can bring your hands up a little bit higher so you're not collapsed in this posture. Remain strong through the spine and simply breathe here. Long, deep breathing. This is the meditation to heal a broken heart. Now, what does this have to do with the root chakra? Well, when the root chakra is out of balance, it could cause insecurity, aggression. And when we are feeling this way, typically we aren't very compassionate towards ourselves, causing us to feel even more insecure, even less trusting of our own abilities, because we speak to ourselves in such a way that is so harsh and hurtful to our own well-being. We talk to ourselves in a way that we might not speak to a friend or a family member or even a stranger. If we don't allow ourselves to speak that way to others, why do we speak that way to ourselves? So when something goes wrong, something doesn't happen the way that we expect it to, maybe we make a mistake. This meditation is to help us forgive ourselves, help us be kind, so that we do feel secure and safe within our own body, within our own selves. If we've hurt ourselves with our own words, can we challenge ourselves to speak more compassionately to ourselves, more kindly, more understanding, the way that you would speak to a child that's just learning? Allow this meditation to heal that critic inside you. Tell them thank you, but they are no longer needed. Create space for the you that is kind to you, to the you that loves you, and to heal that heart and to come back into your power. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hands down. We'll finish off with cannonball breath, sniffing 3 times through the nose and a pow out the mouth. 2 more times. Release. Hands to heart center. I thank you for coming onto my channel to practice today, to give yourself time, to give yourself some nourishment, and doing something good for you. I thank you. The light within me bows and shines to the light that's within each and every single one of you. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Nori. Once again, thank you for stopping by. And if you like this, if you want more yoga practice, or if you're looking to dive in to meditation, breath work, spirituality, please subscribe. I will be making more of these type of videos to help to facilitate your own practice at home. That is my promise to you. And please subscribe, hit that bell icon, and hope to see you soon.